Hi there, this is Lori from Stitching It Right. In today's episode, I wanted to show you how to hand sew a buttonhole. This is the stitch you use. You can call it a buttonhole stitch. It can also be called the blanket stitch if you're working on something bigger. To make sure the thread is coming up under the needle. I'm kind of got a tight spot here. Let me just pull it. And maybe as you come around, you can see the next stitch better. And I'm making these stitches a little loose so you can see them, hopefully. You see, and the thread end is under the needle. And as you pull that up, it kind of wraps around there. And these would normally be a much tighter stitch to make sure your fabric around the buttonhole doesn't fray. I'm kind of doing it loose in the hope that you can see it a little better. And this would normally make a very nice buttonhole finish. You can sew a buttonhole on your sewing machine, of course. But if you practice this a little bit, you can actually make a really beautiful buttonhole, much nicer than you can make on a sewing machine. And it does a better job of finishing the fabric. There you can kind of see how it's making an edge on it. I'm using embroidery floss to do this so it shows up a little better for the video. Hopefully it shows okay. Closer. Sort of bump the camera there. And as you come around, you just kind of maneuver it so it rounds the ends. Like I said, these would normally be much tighter stitches. This is just kind of making them loose so you can see it, and so I don't have to tie up your time for too long. Get that under there. Still caught. There we go. And I started the knot inside the 2 layers of fabric so it's hidden. And I tried to film that, but I botched the filming, so I'll have to do that on another one. So then also, if you get down on, or you find a buttonhole is a little too loose and your button is smaller than that, when you're doing this, you can always just kind of line up your stitches and make your buttonhole smaller with just a couple stitches straight across like that, and it won't show and it'll look just fine. So that also shows you how to fix a buttonhole that's too big. And then you can just finish this up like this. There you go. That. And this is it's really pretty easy once you get the first couple stitches going. This is my grandma taught me to do this particular type of buttonhole when I was probably 7 or 8 years old. It's not learning to do it. It's pretty easy, and you can with practice you get better at it. You can see I'm getting this a little crooked, and it's partly because I'm trying to hurry and partly because I'm making big stitches.